Hello, Cash here, and today we are going to take a look at Type 98, Tier 8 Chinese main battle tank. Now this is a new vehicle. The line with these vehicles only came out yesterday, and in this video I will show you how good or bad this vehicle really is. So let's compare Type 98 to 3 other Tier 8 main battle tanks. Unfortunately I don't have Abrams, so I will have to skip it. But all the rest I have fully upgraded with MK3 retrofits in it, except if it's advanced thermal sleeve, then it's MK2. So let's start with the gun. Type 98, from my opinion, has a good gun. It's not the best, it's good, it's decent, and the reload time is also good. It's also with the crew skills retrofit, which unfortunately doesn't help for a reload, because Type 98, similar as Russian main battle tanks, don't get a loader. It only has a gunner and driver, and I'm using a level 5 Juan Carlos Miramon as a commander. Now, next, gun. Gun depression is also okay, accuracy spread is also good, and aiming time is also good enough. I also use this retrofit right here, which you can get in C1 Ariete. It's reload time and minimum accuracy. So, around the gun, I think it's good. It's not the best, but it's like average between Tier 8 main battle tanks. Let's take a look at the hit points. Well, it gets 2400 hit points, which is decent. It's average. It's nothing special. Armor, on armor we will get later. There I will show you how good or bad this vehicle really is. Maximum speed is okay, 64 kilometers per hour, and acceleration is actually quite good. It's not the best. It's one of the worst in between Tier 8 main battle tanks, but it's also not like very bad. It's average, let's say like that. Camouflage rating, well, it's bad, kinda. I don't know why, because it's not a very big profile vehicle, but the camouflage value is bad. View range is also bad, but for main battle tank it doesn't matter, and it's probably decent. Now what I don't get here is turret traverse. Well, it's pretty much the worst one in the tier. Only Ariete gets a bit worse, but Ariete has much more armor, and you will see that shortly. And also the gun on Ariete is better, pretty much from my opinion. Or C1 Ariete or Leopard 2A5 is the best tier 8 main battle tank, but that's only me. So I think around the statistics you can pretty much see everything here, but just to see that I'm not lying, I will show you that all the other main battle tanks I have fully equipped, and they are all upgraded with MK3 retrofits right here. So all of them are MK3, all of them use the same commander, and all these stats are pretty much yeah, accurate. So, I won't show you any battles, because honestly there's not much to show. I could just show you my best battle, but it's pretty much useless, and honestly I'm averaging in this vehicle one of the worst average values I get in even tier 4 vehicles. Okay, I have a good win rate, it's around 70%, also my kill death ratio is over 2.5, so that's okay, but average damage is terrible, and shortly you will see why, because this vehicle pretty much is not capable of standing against main battle tanks. Okay, so let's get into it. So instead of gameplay, I will just show you weaknesses of this vehicle, and I took my friend to help, and we started off with C1 Ariete. So lower plate is a weak spot, pretty much all lower plate. So, driver's hatch is a weak spot. It's green. Don't worry, Ariete is just the beginning. So, it's critical shot. So, yeah, that's right hatch, if you look from your vehicle, is not a weak spot, but this one right here is a weak spot. Actually, it didn't do damage here, but I will do with the next shot. So this is actually also a weak spot. Yeah, it's a small damage amount, but still it's a weak spot. And here is the fun part. Gun mantlet. Well, because of this mantlet, this vehicle is pretty much useless, and I'm not suggesting you to even grind it. If you are a tank collector, okay, but because of this mantlet, no, it's not even worth it. As you see, I'm destroying the gun, the turret ring, everything. So Ariete had 594 millimeters of penetration average, so Centauro 120 has 440. And now we will see how this vehicle will do against this. So, lower plate, weak spot. Driver's hatch, weak spot. Gun mantlet, weak spot, of course, all green all the way. And it also always destroys pretty much, yeah, turret ring. This hatch is right here is actually surprisingly strong. It only destroys module, and this is another weak spot on the right. So now we took tier 5 tank destroyer, ERC 90F4, which has only 229 millimeters of penetration. And so far, the lower plate, it can't penetrate. So it's yellow, but it can't penetrate it. And let's head further. Driver's hatch, weak spot, easily, with a critical shot of course, and gun mantlet. This time I actually only destroy the gun, but it's green, and it will do damage pretty much every time you shoot there. This vehicle is so bad for main battle tank, honestly. So these 3 spots, driver's hatch, gun mantlet, and also, if I'm not wrong, that's commander's hatch or something, but it's still a hatch, and it's easily to be penetrated with the tier 5 tank destroyer, which has pretty much no penetration. And now to completely embarrass this vehicle, we use VBL with 120 millimeters of penetration, and look what it does to the gun mantlet. It pretty much destroys it. All shots are green. Okay, there was one red one I saw there. But pretty much even VBL with 120 millimeters of penetration easily takes this vehicle out, frontally. And this is something that tier 8 main battle tank shouldn't have. These kind of weak spots are just not forgiven. So how do you play this vehicle? Well, I will show you how I play it, how I will play it in the future. Simply like this. I'm sorry, but this is the worst tier 8 main battle tank, and I'm not gonna play it anymore, and I'm not even gonna grind that line.